Okay, once again, this is a sneak live. As we all know, ow, I almost fell. That hurt. I'm not even. I swear. Just chilling there. Got the plane. Got the car. To make sure that I don't get the car in the shot. I enjoy sneaking lives because somebody put it best. They're like, "You're basically a loner." I'm like, "Yes, yes, I am. I've made that very abundantly clear. I like being alone. I just do these for what is it, posterity, and I occasionally like to chop it up with people." What up, PMC? See this here? This unbridled sunshine makes me want to puke. Well, not puke. I think that's an extreme response, but you know, I'm not enjoying it. I'm just awake and I got nothing to do. So I figured, screw it, I'll throw in a live. Let's see here. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm trying to stick best to my rule of not putting people on the cam that don't need to be. And they never have fish steaks anymore. Nasser, how are you? Yeah. Where the fish steaks at? No, they stopped having the fish steaks. I like those. They were delicious. Whatever. Mm, this will do. So I'm gonna let. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, the sun. I like that. Sun in the heavens blinds the eyes of this mad wolf. My favorite though is always gonna be how you expect us to run with the wolves when you got us playing with puppies. Yeah, I just love that. Like but it's hard to like find a line from Omar that didn't hit. Well, no, for me it's bright out here, but my nieces are over. They well, luckily one's 10, and so she's all up on her phone watching YouTube videos. The other one 5, and she wants to be bothering me, so I snuck out the house. That's why I had to sneak live. I mean, I'm not the only one here, but every time. Oh yeah, no, they got plenty of them. But because I blacken the sun and I bloody the moon, Tech Nine. Love that line. That one goes hard. Hey man, you been watching X-Men '97? It's been hitting. It's been that heat. Like X-Men '97 been real good. I'm just waiting on Wednesday so I can go crazy again. Nah, I've been enjoying it. They've been putting it down. Especially episode 5 was that heat. Episode 6 was great filler. But like, there's so many X-Men that they don't highlight on there. That's probably why I was mad at First Class. I'm like, how did you kill Darwin? You can't kill Darwin. Darwin's not killable. Gun sword. Hey, maybe you can help me out. I don't know if that's the name of the show, probably, but what was that anime where I only saw it on Netflix, but It's about a dude who constantly walks around in a tuxedo. He's even got a hat like it's like a wedding tuxedo, right? And he always puts a bunch of different sauces on his food, and he always says, "Damn, that's hot," or "Damn, that's good." He also has a giant robot. I don't remember the name of that, but it wasn't a great show. I just don't remember the name. Well, The Last Stand came out before First Class, and Last Stand was, lordy, lordy, it was horrible. Although that Deadpool and Wolverine looks great. But yeah, the name of that anime, I'm trying to figure that out. I just remember dude in a full body tuxedo with a hat, like a wedding tuxedo. And he just travels from town to town. It's a very episodic show. I need to figure that out, but I'm not going to sit up here and go crazy about trying to figure it out either. Like, I'm not going to rack my brain. I just remember somebody at my old job that recommended it to me, and I checked it out, and I only got through like 3 episodes. But I wish I remembered the name of it. It could have been Gunsword. I don't know. Nah, it wasn't Attack on Titan. It wasn't Attack on Titan. This was an older one. Hold on, I gotta do some research. They don't have it. It wasn't even that good. Yeah, whatever. I give up. But yeah, there is. But it was a real simple, random show. Like, I don't know. He'd be in a town, he'd fight. He wore this wedding tuxedo. Apparently, his bride got killed when they were supposed to get married. And he'd always grab a bunch of these different spices and sauces and spray it all over whatever they brought him to eat. And then he'd sit up there and be like, "Damn, that's hot. Damn, that's good." It was just kind of repetitive. I don't know. When I looked it up, they just kept bringing up Tuxedo Mask as if I don't know who Sailor Moon is, even though I only preferred the Moonlight Knight. In which case, there's so many things wrong with Sailor Moon, but I still love that show. I don't really have a preference. I like Sailor Moon because me and my little cousin used to watch it together. That was our bond, so I'll never knock it. Tenchi Muyo, I honestly did not like that until Tenchi in Tokyo. Tenchi Muyo in Love, the story about his mom. That's when I got into it. But I had seen the anime before that because at this arcade I used to go to, this kid used to bring in anime vids because he, rent them or he had them, the copies because he was a tape trader. So I had seen it, and it's a very salacious show. I think it's like one of the OG harem shows. Hey, Merlina. How you doing, bud? Inuyasha, I could take it or leave it. I did I love the monk. I never remember the monk's name. The one I was always asking, the one that Sango ended up with. Like, I'm not gonna knock it. I just thought it took forever to get to Naraku. I'm like, come on. Like, sometimes I feel like if they have a big bad and they spend several seasons on it, I kind of lose interest. Yet, I enjoy Berserk, so I don't even know where to begin with that. So it just depends. It just depends, like, if I like the characters or not. Yeah, Moroku. Moroku was cool. But like I said, it varied in my taste. But I wasn't too old for Inuyasha. I just wasn't as huge into it as I should have been. But it also took me a second to like Cowboy Bebop. Like, it wasn't until I saw Jupiter Jazz and the Real Folk Blues where I appreciated it. And then there's some I instantly loved, like Trigun. I don't know. It's probably the schoolgirl thing got a little annoying for me. Nah, I was in the Mobile Suit Gundam, but not Gundam Wing. It took forever, and I'm like, who's the good guy? Who's really the bad guy? Like, it took forever. I'm not gonna sit up there. I try not to hate on these things. Like, I don't promote hating on stuff on the channel. But in my defense, I didn't catch an episode that really hooked me. DBZ, the only reason I got into that was because I was a huge Dragon Ball fan. Because I saw Dragon Ball way before Z. I only knew about the Z characters because the first time I even encountered Dragon Ball Z was a Super Famicom game. Like, it was a Super Famicom game, and I recognized Goku, and only knew Goku from watching Dragon Ball because I was a huge fan of that show. Just like I was a fan of Samurai Troopers, but when I was growing up, we called it Ronin Warriors. Much love to you too, Marlena. But this channel ain't here to make sense, and God, it's bright out here. Full Metal was cool. I ain't not my cup. My cup is like, I love Berserk, Trigun, Vampire Hunter D, Ninja Scroll, Samurai Champloo. I like stuff that has like kind of a definitive beginning, middle, and end. Yeah, see, that's how I know it. Like, I had ended up watching it, but I knew of Dragon Ball, which was, the story of Sun Wukong, which they made a couple of cartoons out of that. They got a new one out now, but the one I remember watching was called Monkey Magic. Same story though. monkey born from a stone that came out of the skies. Eventually gets a power pole that can extend, descend, go large, go everything, go wide. Actually, PMC they did. It's on Netflix. Onimusha has an anime. Yeah, Onimusha has an anime. Yeah, it's pretty brand new. Like, I'll tell you what was weird. Some anime people decided to do heavy metal, which heavy metal was I want to say a French magazine back in the day, a French comic book, and it had a movie. It had two movies. There was heavy metal in the 80s. That was like the first one I ever saw, and then it was heavy metal 2000, which I didn't understand why they chose who they chose for the main character, but apparently the creator of Ninja Turtles, he was married to that lady. She was a model, but anyways, the point I'm making is that they got a new anime for that. Ooh, Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. Favorite Street Fighter anime. Period. It had a bomb soundtrack. Like that's when I first heard KMFDM and Alice in Chains. Just but nah, it was also just a good movie. I used to own that on VHS. That was the second anime I ever bought. First one was Ninja Scroll. So I had that. I had Street Fighter, and then eventually I got Vampire Hunter D. Yeah, no, that was real good. Soundtrack was amazing. I wish it was more episodes, but they told the story they needed to tell. I kind of wish they make Samurai Jack into an anime. I want to see what they do with it. Like, I love what they did with GI Joe. I didn't like that they made Snake Eyes Japanese, but whatever. Because Snake Eyes wasn't originally Japanese, but creative license. I hated it, and I watched it a million times. That's what I thought of the Double Dragon movie. I even played the game on Neo Geo that was loosely based off the movie. So yeah, did I like the movie? No. Did I watch the movie a lot? Yes. What do you want? I was a kid. I was a kid when that was in theaters. Oh, Phil Lamar did more voices than that. He was also the voice of Osmosis Jones on the cartoon series, like for Ozzy and Drix. Phil Lamar was also Static Shock. That dude's been everywhere. He's Phil Lamar. That's also Hermes on Futurama. But that was also goes back to my comic love. Like one of the first major Asian characters in comic books for me was called Zombie. He was a technomancer, and it was like interesting because he wasn't a stereotype. But that was because it was Dwayne McDuffie. Like Dwayne McDuffie did a lot. So like as far as when people want to talk about representation in comics, this is in the '90s when nobody was buying the comics. He did more than just like his company did more than Static. They introduced a lot of stuff that people weren't ready for, like transsexual heroes, a teenager getting pregnant, a conservative black superhero. Like these were things that just was not done, and he did that. It's a shame he died. He's the guy that did Justice League and Justice League Unlimited also. Like he wrote them. And also, if y'all can't tell, this live stream has no meaning whatsoever. I'm just talking. You guys bring up something and I kind of know about it, I'm going to speak on it. Because I just like talking to folks. At least on here, though, I don't get people going, what the hell are you talking about? Even though I'm kind of used to people going, what the hell are you talking about? That's an unfair question. That's completely unfair because there's different freestyles I love for different reasons. King Los had a banger when he was on LA Leakers. You know what I mean? Harry Mack does good freestyles. You know, Juice does good freestyles. There's so many people. Idea has some good freestyles. So it's like, that's unfair. It's like, depends on the subject matter, I guess. Knockall. Actually, Jay Park had a good freestyle too. He did it on Sway. Yeah, Coast Contra's amazing. They bring back that classic school. And I like Jay Park because he's a Seattle-born Korean rapper, and he went to Korea, was in a boy band and all that stuff, but started his own label, you know. But once again, when I talk about Asian music or like Asian, hip hop in general, I always laugh because they don't give love to Fresh Kid Ice. They don't give love to the Mountain Brothers. Those were the OGs. They kicked in that door. It wasn't K-pop. It wasn't J-pop. Even though one of my favorite rap songs in the 90s was it was the 90s. It was that song from Blade. Oh yeah, Jin the MC when he was on Rough Riders. That was different. And that's also like people first saw Blind Fury on 106 in Park, but the first time I saw him was in the MTV battles. But it really just depends on what freestyle I'm looking for at that time. Like another freestyle I like that got made into a whole song was Freestyle by CL. She messed around with Method Man's song Method Man and did her own little spin to it, and I thought that was cool. Yeah, there's a lot of them. And there was this show on Showtime that didn't last long. It was called The Next Episode, where they would have freestylers battle. And I remember they had Diabolic on there. And Diabolic was dope. He's associated with Immortal Technique. Well, yeah, Flex, Black Thought killed it. But also, I like Simba's freestyles. But I can't really call them all freestyles because, like, Black Thought's the only one that it felt like a freestyle because he just kept going. Whereas a lot of the people, they call it freestyle, but I'm like, this is all written stuff that you was planning to use somewhere. Whereas I'm used to a freestyle just being completely off the top. It don't make sense. Because bars are bars. Yeah, pre-written freestyles, I respect it. I prefer off the dome though. Because you ain't got time to think about it. You just better bring it. But outside of that, like I remember I told you that video where I was talking about all the anime I used to watch as a kid, and I didn't call it anime; they were just cartoons. But there's still more. Like I was talking about with the homie, I'm like, psh, my parents were watching Astro Boy. They were watching Speed Racer. They was cartoons. They weren't even called Japanimation yet. But it's funny because anime means cartoon anyway. Manga means comic book anyway. But it seems like when you sprinkle that particular euphemism on there, then all of a sudden it's got to be a higher quality. And it really ain't. It's high art, period. It's always art. Just like one of my favorite quotes I ever heard, and I can't use it in a quote battle, was, all right, when they paint it, it's called fine art. When you write it, it's called good literature. But when you put it together, they call it for kids. What's up with that? At least out here, anyway, in the States. I guess it's the aesthetic that because something's drawn and animated, it's got to be for kids, and it can't be, which is bull crap because I seen Fritz the Cat. That came out in the 70s. That was like the first X-rated cartoon. I suck at sneaking these lives. Everybody want to talk to me for some reason. Haven't y'all learned I'm not interested? I just express thoughts. Only thing you won't catch from me is haterade. I'm not here to talk mess. I will say this though. As far as the channels that do that, where they want to talk about other channels or talk about other people or talk about their political beliefs and all that, the only thing I can think is I'm like, y'all don't believe any of this stuff. You just know that it's going to funnel your views in. I don't care about drama farming. That don't matter. The part that I'm thinking is that they don't care about drama farming. At least if they were honest and they said they're here to farm drama, I'd respect them more. But to act like that's actually your opinion, no. No, 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 no. Destiny's Child. No, 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 no. Then you say, yeah, 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 yeah. And we'll say, no, no, no. Anyways, the point I'm making is that exactly. You talk about whatever comes to mind. That's why I like being on your channel. I just can't be on there long because I'm always running around. Because when you go on, other people I support are on, and I got to go over there and thumbs up them too. And also I don't be having nothing clever to say. Like almost all the people on here are people that I visit. Merlina, I visit her a lot. Bud Files visit a lot. Susanna, she's probably passed out right now. It's like what, 5 a.m. there? But usually I just come on here to talk about nothing. I just come here to be a place where you can get away from things for at least a half hour. No, one topic is good, but what they do is the way they stretch it is editing skills. They can't really do it on a live stream. That's why mine are called random. RANDUMB. Intelligence doesn't exist. Not here. And so far, I'm doing it like a sitcom, 30 minutes at a time. Every now and then, I pull an hour. And my problem is I suck at silent live streams. I did a few silent live streams where I just passed out, but somebody would type in something automatically. I'd be like, oh, okay, here I am. What's up? What's up? I can't help it. I'm going to talk. I'm loquacious. I don't know why I said it like that, but you get what I'm saying. And luckily, the cousins, the nieces and nephews, the nieces are chilling in the crib. One's on the YouTube, the other one watching people dance and stuff, which means I don't have to, so I'm all good. Tried to make me do the Macarena. I didn't like doing the Macarena when the Macarena was popular. But it's also hard to say no to a 5-year-old, so there's the conundrum. What is all this stuff trying to fly on me? All you people like, nature's so beautiful. Yeah, you try getting bitten up. My arms look like I've been scratching out like I'm on coke. But really, it's just I've been bit by everything. When I first got here, I was a new snack. Hey, stay blessed, PMC. Always good to see you, man. Much love. Much love. And you know, every time we talk together, it's always something titillating and stimulating. So I always appreciate our collabors. Yeah, Marlena, I was on your channel earlier, you know. Then I saw you were off, and I'm like, all right, nobody that I personally follow is on right now. So I'm gonna sneak on here and get a live in. Sometimes I do it while they're live because I know that they won't be able to come over to my channel, so I can get away with it. I'm like, cool. Wow. Birds chirping, the kids are out playing. Yeah, this ain't my scene. I'm a loner. But either which way, appreciate. Thanks for coming through. I'm gonna get my butt out of here. It takes forever for me to get this thing to stop. Anyways, much love, everybody. Y'all have a good one. Go check out other people's content because I'm not a content creator. Peace out.